Good morning, sir. I have been thinking of how do we move forward since I sent you a message I think beginning of this week. So I don't know because what my own expectation is that the number of classes we had should have been able to understand some aspects. The problem we are seeing question, okay, is this one correct? But I guess due to how tight your schedule is, some things might want to take a longer to understand. So this is what I feel we can do. Is I'm going to be recording every Saturday and be sending to you every Saturday. So what I'll be recording would be uh, what happened, what happened uh, the week that just ended, and what I am anticipating to happen. So it will be like a back test of what has happened and a forward test of what we're expecting to happen. So either way, if what we anticipated is correct, we see it in real time. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be. And if it is wrong, when the next video is going to be recorded, I will explain why we are wrong or what we did wrong. So let's go into the charts. Let's go into the charts. Wipe the charts. So now, now this is GBPUSD charts. For us to make our analysis, just like uh, explaining before, we start from the daily time frame. Start from the daily time. First of all, you do what? You identify maybe your break of structure. This is the most recent break. Then this break um gave us an inducement here. Then we have a supply here. I don't know if you still remember, this is a three candle order block. That is the source candle, the pin bar, and the engulfing. So now, since we already have our supply, that means let me label this one. That means our next break of structure is this low. So when we mark it, you will see that this one failed to close below. That is, this is a sweep. This market failed. The sellers failed to close below this low, indicating that there is a possibility of buyers taking out this high. There's possibility of buyers taking out this high. So now that we already know that okay, this place failed to break structure, and then now there's a possibility of buyers taking this high. That's how to generate buyers. We have already generated the buyers that we are possibly going to buy until this region here. So now we go to the 4 hours to look to see if we can get that buy. Now from the 4 hours, the same thing, we have a break of structure, the most recent break of structure here, and then the first break above our break of structure is the change of character, which is the first break that how I normally say the first break is change of character right here, and then this is the second break, which confirmed that yes, price truly wants to go bullish. This is the second break right here, break of structure, and then now what do we have? We are expecting price to come down here to take out this low, which will be our inducement, which price did took out the inducements, and but it did not come back for our key level. After After we take liquidity, we usually have key level. Why price didn't come back for key level in this particular region is because it reacted as a strip, not a body close. Had it been that the sellers were able to close below this inducement, we would have possibly looked for reaction from a buy key level, which is one is here, one key level is here, where we could have bought from. You understand? Inside of this change of character. So, but since it was a strip, just like what happened on the daily here, it was a strip. Whenever we have a strip like this, we don't necessarily need to tap into any key level. Price can easily react from there and start moving in the opposite direction. So now this is where the week started from. The week started around this region, around this region. I think. Let me sorry, man. Yeah, okay. The week started around the Monday. Yeah, so but the trades I took, I'm going to show you the trades I took, why I took them. I took a sell here, I took a sell, I lost a sell trade here, and then I took another sell here yesterday. So now let's go to the 15 minutes to see how did I take those sell trades. So on the 15 minutes right here, now we know that we have a break of structure, and then whenever, just like I told you then, that whenever we have a break of structure, it's an indication that we should be expecting a retracement and a continuation in the direction of the break of structure. I hope you understand what I just said. Whenever we have a break of structure, it is an indication that price wants to retrace and continue in the direction of the break of structure. So once we have a break of structure now, also necessarily price might not react from a key level before it start dropping. But if there is a key level there, price can react on the key level and still drop. And at the same time, we can have a break of structure and the markets keep rallying to some extent before it starts retracing. So yeah, now this is the first break in the opposite direction. You can see that if I zoom it out, we have we have a break of structure here, a 15 minutes break of structure right here. So this one is going to be our change of character. Then according to our pullback, according to the logic of pullback, which I taught you then, this is a valid pullback. This candle took out the low of this bearish candle, and then this candle that came down also took out the high of this candle, so making it a valid pullback. So this one becomes our confirmation break, which is the second break. Then now when that is confirmed, this also becomes our inducement. This high becomes our inducement, and then where is our POI? We had only one POI here, which is the tweezer. I don't if you remember clearly, this is a tweezer right here, a tweezer right here. So then price came smoothly and into the tweezer and then dropped. Same thing that I was saying, that whenever we have a strip, price is most likely going to target the opposing end of the strip. You can see we have a strip here, and then if we look at it, it reacted. The strip originated from this key level. But just like I also said, it is not important for us to have a key level. A strip is enough for the market to reverse and go the opposite way. So, but this time around, it was accompanied by a valid key level, which is this engulfing order block right here. So now, in the moment I saw that I was already in a trade here. I was already in a trade, my stop loss something like this, and I was targeting the 4 hours. I was targeting way beyond these 4 hours, but for let me put it here now, let's say here I was targeting. So the moment I saw that this is a sweep, but the thing is on under trade management, any once price breaks below a structure, I'll move I move to break even. So now that I saw that this is a sweep, I already know that there is a good chance my break even is going to get it. You understand? So that was how the first trade became a break even trade. Then the second, what I now saw next was okay. After this, we did not have any key level inside of this range here, and this sweep is going to take out this high. But what I didn't know before was, is this sweep, this bullish rejection here, going to make the market continue to buy? So the only way for us to re-enter this market is if this high also creates a rejection, that is the sellers reject the price again, which is what happened here, because our 4 hours has told us that we have a pre-construction and we can expect a retracement back into this area. Our 4 hours, we have a break of structure here, which is the second break. So we are expecting that price should at least take out this inducement before the buy continue. That is the reason why I was looking for sales on the 15 minutes, because this is the initial target and this is the overall target, which the price did not come to. It only goes to the initial target. So now if we go back and see what else do we have here, I saw that yes, price swept this high again and closed back inside, which is an indication again that price is going to take out this low. So immediately I saw that, I just took another sell position here, and my stop loss just above this high, and targeted the low again. You understand? So this was the first trade. And then when price got into this 4 hours key level and reacted here, when price reacted here, this is now indication that yes, price wants to buy and is most likely going to take out this high right here, like that. So now if we go back to 15 minutes, we see that yes, truly we have what is it called? It is the last break of structure. Last break of structure. Then we have here first change of character right here, and then the second break, which is this, but price did not come back till it gets to our 4 hours target, and that was it for this one. We got the directional bias, but there was no opportunity to trade it. So that was it for this one. And then now we look at it from the 4 hours again. When we go back to the 4 hours, you see that it was a sweep and then later a break of structure right here. So during those times, I didn't take any trade around there. Then this was the next sweep of I. Here now we have a sweep of this I. Same thing, indicating what? Indicating that there is possibility of price coming to this low. First target is this low, and then there is our overall target, which might get broken because there is still some key levels down there. So here is the overall major target for now, which is a bullish three candle order block. You understand? The source candle, the pin bar, and the engulfing. So this is our inducements. So now let's go here to see what opportunities we can get out of here before the market gets to this point. Head back to 15 minutes. You see that here we have what do we have here? This is why the knowledge of pullback is very, very important, because some might not be very visible. Here we have a change of character right here. You see, this high was a sweep and it was a valid pullback. We have this sell candle, the low got taken out, then the high got taken out, and then it broke below again. So this is our first change of character. And then here now you can see just two candles, or I mean just maybe three or four candles. This one took out the low of this candle, the next candle took out the high of the candle, and then it broke again. So now we have our second break right here, which is our break of structure. And then now this eye becomes our inducement, which is exactly what the market did. Took out the inducements and dropped. You understand? Reacted from a key level, which is this supply FVG, fair value gap, and dropped. So when it dropped, it created another break of structure right here, break of structure. And then now our break of structure, after having a break of structure, we know that price needs to probably retrace to a key level. Then we have our structural liquidity here. But now inside, when we have break of structure, we are supposed to have a level inside the structure where price can react from. But in this case, you can see that there is no inside of this break of structure, there is no key level. There is no key level. Where can price react from this high? Because under liquidity, I told you that every high, every low is a liquidity. So apart from this initial liquidity, which is our structural liquidity, this high too is also a liquidity. So when price takes liquidity, price can change direction. So when price took out this high as a sweep and closed back inside, it was a confirmation that we might likely go down from here. So now just place your trade like this, give it some space, and then target the first target will be here, and then the overall target will be here. So that was how I took the trade. Though this one I closed it around here before the market closed. That's about 1:4 hour trade. I closed it just before the market closed because I did not want to hold the trade overnight due to Iran and US war that is still brewing on that. So, but for next week now, if we go back to the daily, for next week, we can see that our daily target is still here, right? It has not gotten there yet. So now that means our daily bias is still bullish. On the 4 hours also, on the 4 hours, you can see that we have clean some of this. On the 4 hours, you can see we have a break of structure here. We have a break of structure here. So we have a break of structure here, a sweep here, indicating that we need to take out this low, and then we have a key level here, which according to our daily time frame that is bullish, price can react from here, from this region, and then keep pushing price into this high. So basically next week I'm expecting this kind of movement, something like this, maybe price go up And what I don't know is if price breaks this high, will it retrace again or will it just maybe keep going to our overall targets? Because assuming it retrace, there is still some levels price can come to here and then go. We can't really predict how price is going to move. But what we know is this is our target. Let's see if we can hit the target. So that is it for this week. I will do the same thing again next week, and I hope you can try to rewatch this as much as possible and try to replicate one or two things. And I will really appreciate if we can ask questions so that way I will know if you are grabbing one or two things and moving along with me. I think